Where is the hope? I meet millions of people who feel demoralized by the decay around us. The hope that each of us has is not in who governs us, or what laws we pass, or what great things we can do as a nation. Our hope is in the power of God working through the hearts of people. And that's where our hope is in this country. And that's where our hope is in life.
Hello friends, Coach Bob with you, and welcome to episode 7 of Worship on Wheels. It's hard to believe that we're already on episode 7, but we are. You know, I'm going to share a Bible verse with you first, and then we'll share the thoughts on it and what we're supposed to get out of this thing today. And there's a lot more than we can get out of it than just that I'm sharing with you. What I want you to do, though, is think about what I'm saying and see how it can apply to you. Whether you're a believer or an unbeliever, that's okay. Just see if any of this can apply to your life and make your life a little sweeter. So in Matthew chapter 28 verses 19 and 20, it says, "Go therefore and make disciples of all the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even to the ends of the age." You know, that's the last words that Jesus spoke to his disciples before he left this planet. And it's words to live by. But what are we to get out of it? All right, so a simple little verse, man. How can a simple little verse like that, how can it do anything? How can that mean anything for us? And certainly, you know, for a world that says, you know, hey, I'm not a Christian, that doesn't apply to me, because obviously I'm not going to spread the gospel of Christ, and I'm not going to baptize people. I'm not doing that because I'm not a Christian. Now, I am a Christian, and we are all called as Christians to do that stuff. So obviously we are to share the gospel of Christ with others. That's what we are supposed to do. And we are supposed to spread it all over the world. That is our job. That's our calling. That's what Christ has called us to do. But how can this apply to everyone? Well, we're going to focus on the action verbs, right? The things that actually require action. Not that require necessarily philosophy or knowledge as far as, you know, being a Christian. But how can it apply to everybody? And it does. Well, first off, it says, go. Go ye therefore into all of the world. You know, that line alone, I'm going to tell you right now, if we would just read that line alone in the society that we live in today, how different would the world be? I think it would be really, really different. You know, most people sit around and they live in their dark little caves and their dark little hovels, and they gather their ideas and their thoughts, and they go, this is what I'm going to believe, and I'm going to see if I can't beat people up with it. You know, the gospel of Christ, when we're sharing that, by the way, we're not supposed to beat you up with it. If you're an unbeliever, if you notice, I don't beat you up with my religion. I don't do that. You know, that's not my job. My job is to share the truth and share the truth in love, and that's it. What you do with it from there on is all up to you, so I don't have to worry about that. I love these terms right here. First, go ye therefore into all of the world. I'm telling you how much of being locked up and cooped up and not going can any human being fathom before they just pop. And that's where we are right now in society. People are popping. They just can't stand it. They can't stand to be locked up and be alone anymore. So I'm going to tell you, the first thing you need to do if you want to fulfill your calling in life, you got to go. You got to get out there. You know, I say at the end of every one of my motorcycle videos, you know, you buy the motorcycle of your dreams and all that, and then I say, go, seize the day. Go. Actually go. Get up, you know, and even when you don't want to go, get up and go anyway. You'll feel a lot better. You'll be a lot happier. The most miserable people I know are the most sedentary. They sit around and complain and they're miserable. They sulk. They focus on their problems. They don't realize there's a whole world out there waiting on them, you know? And what can you do once you go? And Jesus said, share my commandments. Now, what does that mean for either of us, whether you're a Christian or a non-Christian? How does that apply to all of us? Well, I don't think any of us believe that stealing and lying and manipulating and running around on your spouse and just being a general evil, immoral person is a good thing. I don't think that any of us would believe that to be true. You know, I did prison ministry years ago, and the prison is filled with people who know right from wrong. You know, God gave them a conscience. I had a guy one time sit across from the table from me, and as we were talking, he would barely speak to me. And this went on for a full day, and the next day, we were sharing things about our lives. And when I shared some of the losses and experiences in my lives, he began to cry. His tears ran down his face, and he said this. He goes, you know, I judged you, Mr. Bob. I thought you were just this rich white dude who was going to come in here and just beat me up. I didn't know that you had trouble too. And that was a breakthrough for him, to realize that we all have troubles and we all deal with them in a way that we should and in a way that we shouldn't. Now, obviously, he had dealt with some things in his life in a very bad way. And I'm going to tell you, he was incarcerated for life. He had murdered someone. He told me, I'm grateful that you're here. And I said, well, I appreciate that. Why do you say that? And he goes, because you don't have to be here, but you're here. If I didn't have to be here, I wouldn't be here. Thank you for taking your time to visit me. So go, and then share good things. Share good things. You know what? You're an adult. You're a grown-up. I guarantee if you're watching this channel, I would say the median age, judging from the demographic of the channel, is probably around 50. We have some as young as their teens and early 20s, but the bulk of us are 50 and 60. We do have some, quite a few 40s also, and we have some 70s. We even have some 80s, some upper 80s, and that's a really cool thing. So I'm going to tell you, you have good things to share. So go out and share your wisdom. Enlighten the world with your love. That's how you do it. And you're not just going to change their lives. You're going to change your life. Because all of the principles associated with all of these Bible verses, these principles work. They're good principles. They're solid. So take them and learn from them and grow from them. If you have not lifted someone, or if you can't remember lifting someone or encouraging someone, and I'm going to even go further, encouraging someone you really don't know. When's the last time you really encouraged someone that you don't really know? And if you can't answer that question, you know what I'm going to say, then you're doing it wrong. It doesn't have to be a big thing. It doesn't even have to be a face-to-face thing. It can be going to Starbucks and picking up the $10 cup of coffee for the guy in the car behind you. It could be anything. It could be anything. But go. Change the world. Light the world. Light the dark world. We're supposed to be light. In fact, we're supposed to be salt and light. We're flavor and vision. That's what we are. That's what we are. That's a cool place right there. Oh, I love it. We're supposed to be salt and light. We're supposed to light a world. If people actually look into their heart and seek their God and do the right thing by going and serving, one of the things that we are called to be as Christians is the hands and feet of Christ. We are to serve, and we're to serve sacrificially. So there you have it. another episode of Worship on Wheels comes to an end. I hope you got something out of that. I know I did. As I was studying this week, that one just kind of punched me right in the nose. So I want you to do something that I have to commit to do every single day, and I am going to do a better job, and that is this. Go change the world. We'll talk to you soon. God bless.